Yeah, I'm doing good, Anil. How are you?
All well. Thank you. So, Murli, let's just wait for Subhash to join.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where are you based out of?
I am from Hyderabad, ECIL.
Okay. All right. Cool. Right. Yeah, let me see. Subhash joins us. And the second thing is that so let me explain you the structure here. Right, so I'm part of the Oracle Operations and Optimization team. So we basically look after the Oracle ERP. We also had, we still have EBS, right? But that's very minimal.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I think it will be phased out this year itself. We are mostly on cloud, right? So there is one more team which basically works on the implementation aspect of things and rollouts. But we are part of the team which maintains and enhances the application. Right. So currently, an external vendor, is there who supports us with the tickets, like incidents, problem tickets, and other stuff, and also they help us with minor enhancements, so which are called minor CIs here. And the third aspect that we work upon is the major CIs. So major CIs are the bigger, kind of major projects that we work on. So for that, all the external vendors are helping us, but we want to bring all these things in-house. Okay. So that's the intent, and that's why we are going for these interviews. These interviews is basically for a role in the minor CI team. So minor enhancements, changes would be expected from the person who is selected, right? So that will be, and it will not be limited to that. Maybe it can change in future. Probably you can be requested to work on a major CIs or contribute on the incidents and all. But the role is for minor CIs only. Hope that is clear.
Yeah, yes.
Again, repeating the same point. It's not implementation thing. So we are not going to implement things, right? We have a lot of applications, around 300 to 400 applications. The IT landscape is such, though not all those are connected to our ERP, but I just wanted to give you a sense of the landscape, the technical landscape that this company has, right? So yeah. So this is basically what I wanted to cover. Subhash. Hi, Subhash.
Hey, Subhash.
Hey, hi, Anil. Hi, Murli. How are you?
I'm good, Subhash.
Subhash, I gave a brief background about.
Okay, good. So, Murli has a clear on the role, right?
Yeah, got it. So, yeah, just now Anil was telling that. So, you people are building the support thing in the house, right? This is the plan, I think.
Correct. Yeah. So basically, I'm Subhash. I am majorly into Oracle Financial since long, and by qualification, I am a finance professional. So I joined after this some 1.5 years back. and I am also part of the FBDI taking majorly, working majorly on what is the major enhancements and also minor CIs as and when required. That's about me. Now over to you. Want to hear your story along with your hobbies and everything?
Yeah, my name is Murli, MBA Finance graduate. I'm having 6 years into Cloud ERP Financials, and before that I also worked for more than 7 years into different accounting domains. Yeah, I was good in implementation, support, and rollouts. Yeah.
Okay, so I see you have 13 years of experience, right? 13 plus years of experience. Out of which
6 years into
how many years is from?
6 years into Cloud.
Okay, 6 years into Cloud, and remaining in process, right?
Yeah, different accounting domains I worked actually in different companies.
Okay. Remaining.
No. Implementations are the fresh implementation only I was involved.
Okay.
Actually, I was involved from the requirement gathering and also CRP testing, site testing, UAT testing, production support, that kind of activity.
Okay. Yeah, Anil and Murli, are you sharing your have you switched on your camera? I'm not able to see you guys. Yeah, so my side. Yeah. My side.
My camera is on only.
Yeah, I'm able to see all three. But I mean, you can just join us back if you want.
Yeah, sure. I'll jump back in.
Yeah.
Issue with my side. Yeah.
Sure, that will be better.
Oh, just give me a moment. Yeah.
Sure. So, what you were saying that you have worked on these implementations from scratch, greenfield implementations and all, right? So, what was your role basically in those implementations?
I was involved in the requirement gathering stage where we take the requirements from the client, and after that was involved in CRP sessions. I was mostly involved in CRP sessions for explaining the payables module. I have explained payment process record templates, and I have shown them in the application to the client. So these kind of also created evaluation templates and translation of it. These kind of CRP sessions was involved. So we have managers, leads as well, but I take an opportunity, they give me the opportunity, and after that I was involved in the UAT, user acceptance things, and also production support activities. And for these reports where client was asking, apart from the CDAT reports, they were asking some customized reports. So for that, I did some gap analysis, so it is not fitting in our IP site, right? So CDAT reports. So,
Okay. So you mentioned multiple times that you're part of the requirements gathering sessions, right? So what was the extent of it? I mean, was it chart of account, designing sessions or data requirement gathering for that, or was it specifically for the suppliers setups and
requirement gatherings it was started first still from the chart of accounts, and next comes with the payables, and then with the GL and receivables modules as well.
It's mostly organizational structure.
So we will discuss organization structure, what they are doing, how they are.
What are the banking partners?
Banking partners, what kind of suppliers they are having, those kind of requirements.
So which, if you can, let's be specific now. Which client or which project was it where you did the this independently or maybe at a very good level? So which was it and what was it? And if you can, just let us know how many segments were there, what were those segments, and how did your discussion went?
In the previous project of the High Street, it's like a I did for one of the university which is based off US, and they have like segments like account department and account department company, and also they have budgets kind of model, the segment intercompany. So these kind of stuff we have discussed, and the payables part also we have discussed in how many states they are working, so that we should not want to record the business units, right? And also legal entities in which states they are working. So in order to record the legal entities.
Mm-hmm.
And we explained as per the Oracle functional point of view, to create the value sets for those segments, and next we should create the account structure, and then creating segments, and then assigning the values to the segment. Those creating such an instance, all those we have explained by taking their business standard structures.
Reporting requirement and approval.
Correct. So how did you arrive to these segments, the number of segments, and then what should be the level of that? Were there any hierarchies in these value sets or account hierarchies or anything? We just want to understand what was the discussion that you did, right? And what was your contribution there?
Discussions see, for example, for company segment, so what level, we will take the primary balancing segment level, this is what we told. For the department, what kind of cost center they are using, this is what we discussed, and accounts, obviously natural accounts. In that we have what is the liability account, or what are the assets account, revenue accounts, expenses accounts, all those things. And the budgets, mostly the US projects main depends on the budgets.
And we had accounting hierarchy for reportings, cross validation rules.
For the reportings and the cross validation rules. This is what we discussed.
And mass allocations.
Okay.
And also I involved in mass allocations.
Yeah, I was saying, right? So for your last implementation, I see you have implemented for Trafigura.
No, I was involved in I Street, my last company, and Accenture. I was in Procure.
Okay, so in your last implementation, how many segments were there in the COA, and what was the justification for that, other than balancing an account that is anyways there, right? And of course, cost center you must have used. So other than that, what all segments were there, and why that were done?
So intercompany the segment is there because they do some lot of intercompany for one department to another department. They are doing some transactions, so that segment was there. And also one is obviously future. For the future purpose they have opened.
So between department, why do you need intercompany?
Department, company to company.
Was the department labeled?
Company to company transactions will be there, right? So we need that actually.
Not department.
Sorry, your voice is breaking for me at least. So can you come again?
So for company to company, there will be some transactions, right? So for that purpose, we need.
Correct. Okay, so how many companies are there? When you say how many legal entities are there, and where they are using the same chart of accounts or different?
The legal entities based on the in the US, they are in the five states only. Their universities are there. Based on that, we created legal entities like that. And companies they are five companies. But then, 5 companies.
For each legal entity, we have 5 companies.
For each legal entity, we have 5 companies we have segregated, assigned.
Each legal entity, you have 5 companies. I can get this structure. 5 department or 5 what?
5 companies and 5 legal entities.
5 companies, 5 legal entities.
Yeah.
So for each legal entity, you had a
Yes,
balance segment value.
yes.
Okay. Okay, so you mentioned your balance segment, that is your company segment, then department, then your account, then future intercompany. So these are the 5 segments you had?
Yes.
We have location also.
And also location is there. Location is also there. Actually,
location is
there. Also there.
Okay.
Location.
So why location was required?
Location, like they are operating in the 5 states, right? So client was expecting they need that segment as well.
Okay. So each, we want to say each company, each legal entity was operating in multiple locations, and for that they wanted to capture the details in the location segment value.
Yeah.
Okay. Could there have been a different solution for that, other than using a location segment?
No, actually, the architect was sitting in the US actually. He given that solution, so we were working on that.
Okay, so what was the requirement basically? Was this reporting or this financial reporting, or you mentioned university, right? So fund and all would also be there.
Yeah, fund it was there. Budget, I said budget. Budgeting module is there. The segment is there, but it's a control budget. But budget is based on not ledger thing. It's on like control level and adapted level. But I'm not involved in that budgeting module actually. But it is on control level and budget adapted level.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Because in cloud, right, to enable budgetary control,
yes.
So that is basically, you can specify the segment structure for that also, right?
Yes, the segment structure for budgeting is there. But budgeting model is like handled by some different person. But budgeting is based on what they discuss is like, but they did budgeting based on the adapted level and also control level. So if you see, control is like a more detailed thing when it comes to the adapted level budget. So whatever the balances which are seeing in the control and adapted should be matching. So this is what I just have some information on that thing, on that model.
Okay, so I still don't get it, but no worries. So in addition to that, right? Just going back to the project you handled, right? So you mentioned requirement gathering, I heard, and so what all modules you took care of? It may not be possible that you work for each and everything, right?
Yeah,
so what all modules you owned, and what was your role in that? Was it design, configuration, or only configuration?
No, like I was mostly involved in like payables module and general ledger module. I worked in lots, all configurations for payables and general ledger, also involved in the SAP UAT testings.
Okay. So in the gap analysis you did and you proposed any design for that?
Yeah.
By any chance?
Yeah. Before you joining, I was telling to like for the report side, we have seeded report, but client was expecting a few more columns they needed. So like that is not seeded. We cannot do, but as per like we can talk with the technical team and we given that requirement to the technical team. They built that report. So I was like, that is a gap. We built it and tested it. The results are coming.
So apart from the reports, any other gap that was identified from process point of view?
Process point of view, gap.
There may be a lot of requirements, right?
Yeah. So no, gap is not there, but for the payment process request, we will create the template as per the client requirement. So
we have lots of custom template.
So custom template we created, and one more thing is like there is a case in the previous project, like client was asking like if we run the 100 invoices through PPR, it will pick up discount invoices or like that. So that it's not a gap, but like they don't know about this application. Right? So So we have an option like in the discount options, in the invoice options we have to enable the discount options, and also the vendor side we have to give always take discount should be yes, and then payment date basis should be a discount at the vendor side. Then it will pick up all the discount invoices also. So these kind of things, and also I have told them revaluation. So there is a gap in revaluation. So not revaluation, but the secondary ledger. They want all the sub-ledger balances should go to the secondary ledger actually. So, but in the data conversion level, they took as, instead of sub-ledger, they took as a general, but it is a gap there. But again, so it's a one-time setup. We cannot do, once it will selected, it will be done. So the option is there with the Oracle is only we need to get.
So why did it take, you are part of the requirement also, right? So why did it take general instead of sub-ledger?
As I mentioned, there is we have a solution architect. So maybe we missed actually. So, so when we are doing testing, and so they came with a change request like this, we need sub-ledger instead of general. So I created the secondary ledger mapping and everything. I took the conversion level as a general, and then I posted and traced. And the two, their requirement is like they have a target account of 4 series in the primary ledger, and they want there are 4 series 4002 499 target accounts. They want that thing to what are the entries posted in that 4 series 4002 449 should go to the 5 series, one target account. So for that, again, I took Pache rule when the rule is there. If you select that, it will drop down the dashboard in the secondary ledger. There we need to give the target account and the source account, so and so. So this is all like I've shown this constantly.
Basically, the mapping that you do, right? Primary to secondary mapping.
Yes, mapping. Yeah, mapping is not the only one thing we need to do, and we need to like give the account source also for company. What company need to take from the primary ledger? Same company, same okay. So, but here they want only account should be same in the distribution, not all the segments. Code combination only account they want. 4002 499 should go to 5500 like that.
Yes, so you specify the source to target, right? Target segment value.
Yeah.
That is basically a chart of account mapping, no?
Yeah.
Okay. And why was the secondary ledger required? Just because of this? And what was the justification for this?
No.
Was it simply reporting or any specific compliance requirement from a public sector undertaking point of view?
For their reporting purpose, they are reporting to federal government, right? So they need this kind of secondary ledger, what they mentioned when we are talking with them. So that is the main reason actually.
So primary also they report, right, to the federal government, right?
So for this secondary ledger,
what I'm saying is that what was the requirement for secondary ledger?
For regulatory report. No. Sorry to interrupt you. This is for a regulatory reporting purpose. For this.
Okay, regulatory reporting.
For their.
You mentioned government, right? So government anyway they report from primary also, right? Federal reporting.
No, what they mentioned.
Regulatory reporting and what does?
In the federal government, they have different regulator side. They are governing these all things, right? So they mentioned that.
No, I understand that. But say, for example, right? So I have worked for part of implementation for our which was some Birmingham police, right? The Westminster something. Okay, so. This one was IPSAS, International Public Sector Accounting Standard something. I forgot, it's been long. Okay, so for that we had to do secondary ledger. Okay, because the reporting requirements were different, the way assets were identified were different, the way inventory was accounted was different. Okay, so for that we had done secondary ledger. Okay, so in your case, so that's what I'm trying to understand. What was the basic scenario basically? Was it only the accounts that needed to be summed up and reported, or it was the treatment of some transactions which was done differently? What was that? Because in public sector, right? So in some of the public sector, your secondary ledger is also cash basis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah. So that's what I want to understand. Why the secondary ledger was done?
When I asked, so they told this information only. But second thing is like this conversion level, conversion level they took as a wrong when doing configurations. I mean, not wrong. They only told they want a subledger conversion level, data conversion level as a subledger. But after that, they want it should be in the journal like that. So again, we created the second one.
Okay, and what was the issue that they faced? I mean to say, for which they wanted to go back to subledger level.
I'm not getting your point.
So you mentioned that, right? So primary to secondary conversion level was done as journal, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So and they wanted to make that to subledger.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So from balance perspective, I may say at the end of the day, whether you do subledger or you do journal, your balance is same. There's no change in that, right?
Yes.
So what was the thing that was missing? What was the issue they faced for which they wanted to change that to subledger?
They want few accounts which are in the chart of value side, like I just mentioned, 4 series account to 40000 to.
No. You're not getting my question.
Hello?
You mentioned that conversion level was journal.
Yes.
Yes. And they wanted to make it to subledger conversion level, right?
Yes.
Primary to secondary conversion level.
Yes.
Okay. So balances basically flow from your primary to secondary, right?
Yes.
And there are multiple conversion levels.
Yes.
Okay. And when these balances flow from primary to secondary.
Yes.
So you mentioned it was journal by mistake that they did or whatever they decided to do, they did journal. Okay. And then they wanted to go back to subledger.
Yes.
So what was the issue that they faced to go back, for which they wanted to go back to the subledger level conversion?
Actually, whatever the transactions they are seeing in the primary ledger, actually they want to see in the secondary ledger actually, but they took subledger to this secondary ledger, but they took journal as a data conversion. It will not transfer to this secondary ledger. So that's the reason again they wanted this subledger balances should go to the second ledger. This is their again the change of request.
896 50 385.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. I think Subhash got disconnected. Not a problem.
Yeah. Some disturbance coming.
Yeah, not a problem. That's fine. He will join us in a bit. So I wanted to understand, as you mentioned, like your core competency is probably GL and AP. Is that right?
Yes.
Have you got a chance to work on the AR side as well?
Yes. AR also, like I was involved in AR configuration part.
Because of some.
I also did some testing in AR side also.
Return. So again,
okay. And what about cash management?
FPA cash management also, I know configurations in the FPA, running mass additions, why we run mass additions. So, like mass additions and also cash management configurations.
Okay. So I will let Subhash come back and then we can have a discussion, move further discussion on that. However, I wanted to understand what is, I think Subhash was asking you earlier as well, was there a gap that you identified during or in the AP implementation? Was there something of that sort that you fixed or gave a solution through maybe some RISE review or something of that sort? Maybe let's leave the R out of it, but anything else that you suggested or was needed?
In the payables also, like client was asking, like they have created the permanent prepayment. Like for example, we give advances for the rent, right? Okay, So they given some advance. So they want that should be like converted to the temporary prepayment to apply. So this kind of questions client were asking. So I told that like we can we cannot pay the permanent prepayment, but we can convert into the temporary prepayment. Just we need to query that invoice, and we have to enable allow prepayment application in the header. Once we save, the status will change it to like we can apply that invoice. And also in fixed assets also like one of the thing they are asking like can we delete the asset book, for example, core book. So what I suggested, yes, we can delete if we search, and we can delete it. Actually we have the option, we can select and we can delete. But before posting any transactions, that we can delete actually. We don't performing any transaction. That kind of issues. On our evaluation, this secondary ledger also one of the issue I have seen. I told them.
Okay. So I think we lost you earlier. Get back.
Yeah, I'm facing some network issue. I don't know why.
Okay. No problem.
So I'm not sure what I heard, but we are discussing on GL, right? So so GL, we're discussing on subledger and all, right? So tell me one thing. So primary to secondary, how many conversion levels are there? Any idea?
Yes. One is journal and one is subledger. One is balance. Yes.
And one more is there?
Only three.
Adjustment.
Adjustment. Sorry. One is there. Adjustment also there.
Okay. And what is the difference between your, subledger and journal?
Subledger and journal. Subledger is like if you are moving our subledger balances like the payables, receivables, like FA or cash. If you are moving those balances to the primary, secondary, it is like subledger balances. Journal, like we are independently creating.
Right?
Sorry?
We are moving everything, no?
Yes, we are moving everything, but journal in the journal we are not moving actually. We are creating them.
But anyway, balances are not maintained in the subledger, right? So, didn't get you.
Yes, balances will not be maintained in the subledger, but we are, if you want to move it to the second ledger, we go with the second ledger concept.
Yeah, so subledger
No,
we
so,
can.
but if we do journals also, right? Then also we move to second ledger, no?
Sorry?
If we see, the thing is that I create an invoice, I do create accounting, right?
Okay.
Huh?
Yes.
There I have a debit and credit.
Yes.
So no matter what, so if I use subledger, then also that balance will go to secondary ledger. If I use journal, then also that balance will go to secondary ledger.
No, how it will go without creating the mapping, without creating the secondary ledger, without creating the mapping.
No, after that, I'm not saying without creating. After, so we are talking about second conversion level. Conversion level only comes into picture when you have a secondary ledger.
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
Yes, so we can track
So what I'm saying,
subledger balance level. We
I
can
have an
track.
invoice, I do the accounting, right?
Yes, subledger balances we can track.
We can track all the entries. Yeah.
All the entries we can track in the subledger.
So journal also we can track, no? So when I do the accounting, my accounting debit credit, whatever I have, right, expense to liability, that will go to GL.
So
and from GL it will go to secondary ledger.
Yes. For example, what is there is correct, but say for our primary ledger is say for example USD. So our secondary ledger is like different currency. Like for example INR. If you want to see USD.
See, I'm not talking about scenario. So when I asked for a difference, you mentioned that I can move secondary ledger balance to secondary subledger balances to secondary ledger.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If I have a subledger level.
Yes.
But this is not a difference, no? This will happen in both the cases. Forget about secondary ledger. I have a secondary ledger. Let it be. There can be different scenarios, different rules, different mapping, different calendar, different currency. I'm not bothered about that. Yeah. What I'm asking is what is the difference between these two conversion levels, subledger level and journal level?
Yes, sub-ledger level, we can implement SLA, sub-ledger accounting rule.
In sub-ledger, in this level, we can implement SLA, sub-ledger.
Yeah.
This is the difference, main.
Yeah, so in SLA, we can create...
no worries. So SLA you can have both in primary and secondary, right? There's no... this conversion level doesn't control it. Even in DL, have you worked on allocations by any chance?
Yeah, not not that much. What I say, expert, but I know how to take the requirements for that allocation, GL allocations, the range of allocations, what we need to take, and how creating the hierarchy, and also creating the stat journal based. For example, recent one is headcount basis of the headcount. They want me to distribute to each cost center some expenses. So I created.
That is a book example. That is a book example.
No, I'm saying I'm not that much of an expert because nowadays they are EPM is took this allocation thing. EPM overtook this. But small ones I can.
Yeah. When we search for these questions on AI, right? This is the example that we had.
So that is fine. Not an issue. If you're not working, not an issue.
No, but I know how to create everything. For some
basically it's now airspace. So you have now everything has gone to airspace, right? You need to write point of view, formulas, lot of things are there.
EPM overtook this.
So that is fine.
Yes, EPM overtook this.
Yeah, that is fine. That is fine. Not an issue. And tell me one thing. So have you set up the primary ledger by any chance?
I have created primary ledger. Yeah. Yes, I have created primary ledger.
So there are a rounding business account is there, an entered currency balancing account is there. So how does it work actually?
For creating primary ledger, we need calendar, currency, chart of accounts, right?
Yes. So
yeah.
While you specify ledger options, right?
Yes, specify ledger options.
You create so you need to, for completing the ledger setup, you need to specify ledger options, right?
Yes.
Here you provide the retained earning account,
yes.
you associate your 4 Cs, then you provide entered currency balance account, if enabled, required or not.
Yes, retained
right. So why is this entered currency balancing account used? Any scenario you can give? And in what do you say? Separately also, first thing is that why it is used, and second thing is that how does it work together with rounding difference account?
So entering currency we are giving because, for example, as I mentioned, our functional currency, the ledger currency, for example, I just mentioned USD. For that purpose, we need to give USD. That is one thing. Because and for the rounding differences, normally we'll give 0.001.
No, I'm talking about entered currency balancing account.
Entered currency balancing account.
So whenever accounting happens, right, in Oracle, okay, nobody is stopping you from entering a foreign currency transaction, right? So whenever accounting happens, whenever the balances are recorded, okay, the recording is in two portions. One is your entered currency and one is your accounted currency.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it is functional, then you have only one. If it is foreign, then you have two separate.
Yeah, that is for revaluations purpose.
Okay, no worries. And in
because sorry to do, in subledger, apart from the functional currency, we do transactions foreign currencies. So to track, where revaluation concept will come, right? So our functional currency balances will not disturb, but our accounting balances will be disturbed because of the rate fluctuation. So that is the reason for that your question.
Okay. No worries. And you mentioned you also worked on payables module, right? In payables, what are processes you have worked on?
I've done configurations for all the payables model configurations. I have created payment process request templates and also prepayment kind of things. I have like data conversions I was involved, like I was for the suppliers details, everything for the FBDI.
Data conversion only suppliers or any payable invoices data conversion?
Yeah, payable open invoices I also converted, and also that master data for suppliers.
Okay, so how many skills are exposed?
Voice is breaking.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You will have to bear with me. I'm having a poor network.
No issues.
Okay, so I'll speak a bit slowly.
Yeah.
So what I was asking is that you mentioned that you did data migration for open AP invoices, correct?
Yes. Open invoices.
So how was that? Yeah. So how did you reconcile and close that?
Normally, like we given FBDI template to the client, so they given all the open invoices what they have. So we validated those and we converted them to the CSV files and uploading it to the interface tables, then we put it to the base tables. Once we done, we are reversing that because that invoices already in the GL, right? We need to reverse those ones.
So, but how do you reverse that?
So we will for all those invoices, we will give one common name in the batch thing. So based on that, we will search and we will reverse those in the application. Because it will be duplicate now, it will again repeat the
reversal you will do in GL, right?
Yes.
You will do the reversal in GL, right? But for subledgers, transactions with subledger source, it will not allow you to reverse.
It will allow.
So free journals is there, no? So by source is the journals are frozen, right?
No, we can reverse those.
No,
you create a new journal or you unfreeze those journals and then you reverse it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that if it is unposted, you can delete it. But again, for subledger,
yes.
The journals are stored by source. The journals are frozen, right?
Yes. Yes. Correct.
You know the concept of journal source.
Yes, yes, journal source. Yeah.
Okay.
We have so many.
No, it's an issue.
We have manual journals, posted journals.
Got it. And payments, what else processes you have mentioned? You worked on?
Yeah, almost all the configurations and.
Okay. Say, for example, I have a scenario wherein I need campaigns for a period of time.
Voice is breaking, sorry. Tell me
how do we do that?
Please repeat it again, your voice.
Okay, sorry, I'll repeat it.
It's a bit slow because.
What I'm saying, say for example, I need to amortize an expense for, say, 10 months. Yeah. How do I do that in payables?
Amortize expense. So we have multi-period accounting functionality so that we can achieve that. Because multi-period is we are segregating our expenses.
Recognize the expenses across period.
And we have to recognize the expenses across the period. For that, we go with multi-period.
So you have to create a 10-month schedule.
So how will, say for example, I have an expense of 10,000. How will the accounting happen in that case?
So no. So for example, when we create initially accrued expenses, 10 months, 10,000, right? So every first month when we create that invoice, accrued expenses account will be debited with the 10,000 and liability account will be debited with the 10,000. And once we run the multi-period accounting for 1 month, not 9 months, 1 month, at that time, one more entry will be created. This accrued expenses debit amount will be 1,000 and item expense account debit will be 1,000. Accrued expenses will be created 1,000 because we have already given 10,000 when we are creating that. So this is how the entry will happen.
Every month,
so we need to run
to run
every
this.
month we need to run this multi-period accounting, so that accrued expenses account should be reduced 1,000 for the remaining months.
Okay. And say for example, I have 10 invoices for a particular supplier. Yeah.
Okay.
But suppliers, the way they account things, the way they close things, right? They have requested, and I'm using check payment method. Okay. So they have requested the separate checks for each and every invoice. How do we do that? Well, say for example,
pay alone option. We have pay alone option. So here supplier is asking one invoice for one check, right? At the supplier side level, we have to enable the pay alone invoice thing. When we create the invoices, then separate checks will be issued to the suppliers.
Okay. And say for example, I work with a lot of contract labor, right? And I don't want to create each and every labor as a supplier. Okay. So what is the option that I have to make their daily payments?
One-time payments. Yeah, you are mentioning about one-time payments. So through one-time payments option, we can achieve it because like we have to fill the details in the FBDI template and we have to upload. Then we can see the payment request in the payable. Then we can pay the contractors or vendors or whatever. But from the cash management also there is an option actually. From there also we can actually pay. Actually there is one option. There is one option. Yes. Yeah. Create payee. We give the account details of the payee and create cut-off payments. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any idea of the procure-to-pay cycle?
Yeah. Like it will start with purchase requisitions and it should be approved.
So when does the accounting start?
Accounting will start at the point of when we receive the goods. So it will start actually when the GRN is created at the time. So for the payables, once we receive the goods in the staging area, at that time the accounting will start.
Okay. And what is the difference between say and the way an inventory account is accounted and an expense account is accounted, expense item is accounted?
Sorry, please tell me slowly. Now your voice is not.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
So I'm saying, right, I deal in several items. So few are kind of inventory items, few are expense items, say for example printing, stationery, things like that, right? So that I don't store. Okay, so I have defined them as expense items. So how different? Is there any difference in accounting for them?
For inventory, receiving inventory will be debited and AP accrual will be created. For expenses.
Yeah. For inventory also you have delivery accounting. Yeah. So inventory account debited. Yeah.
Inventory account will be debited and
expense. Why you will touch inventory account?
For expenses we don't have inventory.
In asset account, right? So
for expenses we don't have inventory.
Yeah.
For material.
Do you have any exposure on payments?
Yes, payments.
Yeah. So we configure something called payment process profile, right?
Yeah, where we'll give disbursement bank, supplier details, payment document.
Okay, so we specify the usage and all, right? So without that, can I process the payment?
Without payment process profile or
no?
No, we cannot make the payment. No, we cannot make the payment.
Yeah, and in case I want to fill up the payments, right, in a payment file, maybe by date, by say something, by supplier side or something, can I do that?
Sorry, please repeat again. Sorry.
Let me repeat. So what I'm saying is that in case I want to club for a particular supplier, right?
Okay.
I want to club some payments for a particular date or something like that, right? So how can I do that?
I can create a payment template and create.
We have a payment process create template, right? We can create based on that, and for the bunch of payments we can pay it to the suppliers. Based on the suppliers, we can create the payment process template on based on the invoice. I mean, based on the due date or based on the business unit or legal entity. There are so many options based on the currency also.
No worries. So the payment process template you mentioned, right? So say for example, I have almost 100 open invoices to process payment for, right?
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that even though there are some issues with some of the invoices, okay,
Okay.
wherever the invoices are in good shape, they get processed. So what is the option I have?
So you meant to say that you have invoices of 10,000, but you have to pay only half of amount. Is that your example?
No, not that one. What I'm saying is that I have around 100 open invoices to process. That will get picked in the payment batch.
Sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
And out of those, say for example, 15 have some issues and they will fail with some validation error or something. Okay. But I want the system to process the remaining 85.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I can, in the review process, there is
So how do we do that?
review the installment. In
Review the installments, we have an option where we can review.
we can
If you enable
remove
that,
these invoices.
we can review all those invoices which you don't want to.
Review installments, review proposed payment. That is, I have not enabled that. But still, I want to process all the invoices. Say, for example, even if any of the invoices fail, right, fail validation or something, any payment, any format or any large amount bank account validation also happens, right, right. So even though any failure is there, whatever invoices or payments are in good condition, they should get processed. And whatever failed, they will remain as open invoices.
No.
Yeah, it will be paid. If some invoice has issue, it will automatically rejected by payment.
Whatever the invoices which are like correct invoices, definitely it will make the payments. The rest of them, it will stop.
Yeah. So that's what I want. So how do I do that?
So there is an option where we can enable that process.
We have option like review process.
Yeah, in that option, we
in that option
just
only,
accept whatever invoice are validated and paid.
Review mein to I can select or deselect, right? I can add some new installments. I can remove installments.
Yes.
Or if I have able to review proposed payment also, right? There also I can add or remove payment.
Yes, that is correct.
Right.
We have one
I'm
option.
not talking about that. So
We have one option.
I have not enabled that. I am not using that.
I understand. There is one option actually. There is one option is there for that.
Okay.
Where we can avoid all the.
Idea on how the
So user-defined validation, we can do that.
1 second, लैपटॉप ऑफ हो गया. अच्छा
क्या हो गया?
लैपटॉप ऑफ हो गया.
क्यों?
Shit.
क्यों हो गया?
1 second. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Subhash.
No problem.
Laptop
No problem.
charging was completed. 1 second.
No problem. So what I was asking is that
There is an option, Subhash, but I'm not remembering that. To be honestly, that PPM.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So do you have any idea on payment transmission?
Yes. Like we will discuss with the banks, to transfer payment information to the bank. So We'll discuss with them.
Yes, so what all setups are required for that?
Firstly, we will ask them to whitelist our servers, and they will also whitelist their servers.
They need to provide the IP address and port.
IP address and port kind of things they have to provide, and
we have to share our public key to them.
And also we need to share the public key details based on the time, what time we need to send to them. All those needs to be discussed.
Yeah, and they have to share their public key.
Yeah, what setups that we do? So you got the IP, you got the whatever.
Setups
everything you got.
SFTP product.
Setups are we need to give we need to create anyhow we need to have payment process profile setup and payment
system
and
payment transmission profile. And in payment profile we have to.
Apart from GLAP, what all modules you have worked on?
GLAP, and also worked on FA configurations, cash management configurations.
FA. So do you understand what is impairment?
Impairment.
Yeah.
I have done configurations in the FA as well.
Okay, no worries. So can I suspend the depreciation for some time for an asset?
Yeah.
Yes, there is we can do that.
Okay, and maybe because of some changes in the statute, right? If I am allowed additional depreciation, how do I claim that?
So we have ADFDI template where we can adjust.
We have this thing, right? ADFDI template where we can adjust. No. What I'm saying is that say for example an asset is there, right?
Okay. Asset is there. Okay.
Okay. So 30% depreciation was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now because of some the way things were calculated earlier, maybe the inception date or something like that, right? So I am allowed, or maybe some case with the federal authorities, some compliance issue, I am allowed some additional depreciation for that asset. So how can I claim that?
So there is unplanned depreciation. We can do that.
Unplanned depreciation, we have an option to do that.
Okay. Can I add directly in FA module?
We can add asset with directly using the asset model. We can add the asset with detailed additions or quick additions. We can have option.
Okay. And that happens if I directly add that?
Sorry? What? Sorry.
In FA, if I directly create an asset. Okay. What is the entry that happens? I mean to say, to capitalize the asset, right? When accounting is generated, what is the
asset cost account will be debited and asset clearing account will be credited.
Okay, but how will the clearing account close? Asset cost is an asset account, right? So that is a balance sheet item, will remain there. How will the clearing account close?
Clearing account.
That is in GL we have to close.
I think in GL we need to close that as a clearing account.
And what will be the offset for that?
Option.
Offset.
No, sorry.
Offset expenses account.
Maybe we can use
liability account,
expenses and liability account. I'm not in that, but I'm just
liability account.
Liability account.
Are you following? Do you religiously follow the new releases, new features, new updates that happen?
Yeah. 24C I followed for the GL module only. There is an update for the 24C in the this account hierarchy, one of the thing, see previously when we are seeing these balances in the manage accounting hierarchy page, if you go that page, or chart of account configurations page, or inquire account analysis balances, where it will hierarchy will become like this, right, at the end. So where previously it was alphanumerical way, but now in the 24C update, when we are uploading any balance to FD or anything, it will automatically, when we are converting the CSV, it is automatically in the backend they will create one more row, which will be only numerical order for the parent and child trade. So this is one of the update what I read in 24C. Another is
so basically it's your hierarchy, right? Basically the way you upload your hierarchy, it will remain as it is. It will not reshuffle based on your ascending or descending, alphanumeric sequence that you mentioned, right?
Yeah,
it will not do that anymore.
Previously it was alphanumerical, but now it will be like numerical.
So any can recall?
Previously it will be in alphanumerical previously. Now in the 24C it is they are telling that it will come in a numerical way, not alpha, not ABCD 1 1 2 3, like only numbers.
No, not alpha, not numeric. It is the way you will upload. The sequence that you will upload, it will remain as it is. There won't be any sequencing. It will accept whatever you upload.
But it is used for our sorting order. It is they are mentioned.
Correct.
Yeah. One more is
Take on in say FA for example.
So no, I have not read for other models. Only focuses on GL, and also was doing some work.
Free document.
And for
free documentation.
Yes, I agree. I will read it.
It's free document. Right? You don't have to pay for
I agree. Because for each model, they have given one team member to explain this. So I took as a GL.
The page is same, right? The URL is same for all financial models. All modules will come together one after the other.
Yes, it's completely correct.
Okay, no worries. Fine. You should read through because some pictures have come in for FA. For pictures, some good pictures have come in. So they have finally made approvals available for FA.
FA, okay. And for the payables also,
approvals are not there, right?
Yeah. In the for the approvals action log also now only we can see the action log who is created and we sent for. Now in this 24C section they told that we can see the life cycle of the approvals, whether it is approval is declined or is rejected. This kind of thing also came in this approval set for the GL in the action log page.
I lost you in between, but whatever you must have said might be correct. Okay.
General action log page where we can see the life cycle of.
Apart from GL, AP and FA, any other module you have worked on?
Yes, cash management configurations I was involved for the configurations only.
And any idea on tax? Any tax-related implementation or design configuration you must have done?
For the tax, basic configurations creating tax regime, tax date. Based on the MMC 50 document, I have created those creating tax rates and status, those kind of small.
Any rule you can recall for any particular scenario for a customer?
No, tax I'm not that much involved. We have a tax consultant for that, but as a backup, I've done some configuration.
Okay. Any idea on expenses? Have you worked on expenses?
Yeah, expenses configurations I have done I have done.
Expenses is EBS, right?
Vision expenses.
Yeah. By any chance you have exposure to EBS?
Only not that much. Only if you say 100%, only 10 to 15%.
Okay. The expenses. Have you done any setup?
In Fusion expenses, like I have configured expenses system options, and also I have configured given the we have to give provide expenses account, default expenses account, and we have to create the expense report templates, and also create the rules between our teammates and the managers, so that once they submit the expenses report, it goes for the approvals, and then we need to run that process expense reimbursement report in the scheduled process. Once it is done, then we can see that payment request invoice in the AP.
Okay. Any exposure to approval rules?
Approval, yeah. Payables, like I have created BPM approval payables.
So what was the rule you created?
I have created general approval
rules in intercompany approval rules.
Payments.
Yeah,
payment approval rules.
Payment approval. So we have like parallel approval, serial approval.
Invoice approval. I'm talking about, say, let's break it down. Invoice approval. Anything you have done on invoice approval?
Yes, created approval groups and conditions. Based on that only now it will go to the.
We have one auto approval.
What was the scenario for which you have to write the rule?
So in one condition, like all the PO based invoices, they will be auto approved.
One PO based invoices need to approve. So one of the conditions
auto approved. No approval.
What was the condition?
PO based invoices should be auto approved.
Yeah, if the invoice.
How do we write that?
Invoice header
How
PO
do
ID.
you write that? How to write that?
If invoice header PO ID is not null.
In this BPM page we have first we need
invoice header PO line ID is not null, then it should be auto approved. Yeah.
In the invoice header PO number is PO ID is null.
Don't take tension. If you are not worked on approval, that is okay. Fine.
No, it's created, but
yes, seen and signed. That also is good enough. So we were seeing, because approval is always a very tricky thing, and myself and Anil have worked on lot of complex rules, and still we are not confident. So I understand that. If you have seen, it is okay. You can politely accept that I have not written, but I have seen the rules, how it is written. I understand. That is fine. Not an issue. Okay. Okay, no worries. Yeah, that's it. Anil, anything from your side?
I think we are already over by 10 minutes. Yeah. Apologies for that. So, Murli, do you have any questions for us?
About the project and details already you discussed in the starting of the meeting only. Hopefully, if I get opportunity, then I'll join.
Okay.
And you're based out of which city? Sorry, I missed that.
I'm in Hyderabad, ECIL.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot for your time, Murli.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
थोड़ा ज्यादा पूछ रहा सर. थोड़ा ज्यादा ही पूछा.